What'd you make, Emmett?
A colorful bus.
Wow, it's so beautiful. Does it match the bus? Does it look just like the bus? What'd you make?
This is for you.
A present?
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, wait, not. Welcome to our channel, Orvie the Bus. Look at this.
Help me
Oh,
open
look
it.
at that, Mommy and Daddy with little flowers on it.
Can't believe we are almost done. I can't wait to go camping. Can't wait to go camping too.
Yeah, it hides. Hey everybody, so in a Facebook group that I'm in, there's been some comments about taking your bus off-roading. Not really, but boondocking and what you can really drive on, etc. Generally, you want to avoid grass and dirt because you're unable to see what the surface is like underneath that grass. It could be damp and therefore you'll sink in. We happen to have a 102 EL3, so it's kind of the predecessor to the E4500 and the J4500. Depending on what year, you might have the similar system to us. Some people hate it. I seem to like. I've had air ride on some previous cars, like a Lincoln Navigator, etc., and it's always been super beneficial. The ride is way better than a spring. What it allows us to do is it allows me to control the ride height of the bus. If I need more clearance, I can raise the bus up. So this is the bus in a raised state. We have about a little bit over a foot of ground clearance underneath the bus. So you can kind of see in here, our little airbag bell is completely raised up. And we can control this. So it's a little tricky in our bus. The bus needs to be in drive. The door needs to be shut and the air brake needs to be off in order to engage the air ride system. So yeah, you can see just how much ground clearance we have. I don't really have anything to scale. So here, so this piece of wood is cut to a foot. So you can see, we're also on some uneven ground here, but we have more than a foot of ground clearance, which is just unbelievable for something this size to go up that high. And you can see here in the back, so our back and tag axle, our air horns are all raised up. And I'll drop the bus down here in a sec and you guys can see what it's like with it down. We pretty much have about 3 inches of ground clearance. One of the things also helps me with is when the bus goes into a driveway, the back tire from the back of the bus is basically like a giant lever, a cantilever. And so the back of the bus, you can kind of see here, somebody's dragged it on the ground, but it kind of slopes upward. But being able to raise the bus allows me so I don't drag the butt across the driveway. So I'll go ahead here, start the bus, air it down, and then you guys can see the difference. So we'll go through the sequence for that. So I'm gonna go inside the bus. We go here, grab the keys. So for this bus, we're gonna put the key in. We'll wait for self-test to happen. You hear some clicks and all kinds of stuff of all the relays. This takes a little while. There we go. So when it says no data, we're gonna go ahead and start the bus. See, bus is running. We're gonna go ahead and hit this button. Shut the door. Door's locked. We're gonna go down here. We're gonna put our foot on the brake. Go on to drive. You can see it says 6, meaning we have 6 gears. We're gonna go ahead and push in the air brake. At this point, bus can move. You can see this flashing LED right here. It says high ride, meaning we're in a high setting. I'm gonna go ahead and take this knob, turn it to low. And I don't know if you guys can tell. I'll try and keep this camera steady, but the bus is dropping down. Now the LED is saying low ride, so now we're in a low ride setting. We're gonna put it back into neutral, engage our air brake. Now the bus is in park. We can go ahead and turn it off. Okay. Open the door. Door's open. And now we'll compare. So bus is aired down. So you can see the tires tucked into the fender, and the ground clearance that we once had is now gone. So I'm gonna grab that same stick, and you can see we're over our frame rail, so we dropped down, I'd probably say about a good 6 inches. And you can just kind of see just how low the bus sits now. The tires are all tucked in the fenders. I can't even show you the airbag because they're down in there. And the back of the bus is about 4 inches from the ground. So that's how our air ride system works on our bus. It's referred to as the ECAS, electronically controlled air suspension. It's really not that complicated. A lot of people kind of discredit it as being complex. Really, it's a control module that's up in the J box, which is by the driver, and it has some ride height sensors. Usually the ride height sensors get dirty or go out. The ride height sensor is basically attached to the chassis, and then there's a little arm that comes out with a little support that goes to the axle, and that's how the bus tells how high it is. But I've also heard that some people, you can do modifications to the ECAS system that will allow you to control the front, rear, left, and right air up and down. So hopefully we're thinking that in a parking situation, we'll be able to level the bus with that, or at least attempt to. We'll see. So thanks for joining. Have a great weekend.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.